Alright, so it's been quite some time since my last update video on the Fallout 4 multiplayer mod, also known as Fallout Together, which has been the mod that many of you have been most interested in here on the channel. So I really wanted to be able to give you a nothing but positive update, but there has unfortunately been nothing but bad news since the last time I covered the mod. So the last time we discussed the mod back in July of last year was actually a very positive update following my video in June of 2022 that had noted that the project was cancelled. And the entire reason as to why that positive update video was posted was because one of the developers, Kasadeki, reached out to me directly to note that the project wasn't fully dead and that they were working to bring the base functionality to parity with Skyrim together. And even better, both mods were going open source to allow anyone in the community to chip in on the development. Now, Kasadeki did successfully port Skyrim Together's features to Fallout Together, even noting that it should build and run, allowing you to join a server and see each other, but that's where the fun ends and the bad news begins. As there is reportedly a shit ton of work to be done, as it's completely unplayable due to crashing issues, of which stem from Fallout's code and not the client, meaning it will require intermediate to advanced C++ knowledge and reverse engineering in combination with hundreds of hours worth of work. Not only that, but Fallout 4 Together is still missing some gameplay features that are a lot more complex than Skyrim, including the inventory overhaul, settlements, and power armor. These all need to be ported, and the first two are far from trivial, and animations are also apparently a pain to sync in Fallout 4 due to technical reasons and the fact that they do slightly differ from Skyrim's animation system. There is so much work to be done on the mod and nobody willing to do it, and for good reason, that even Kasadeki has suggested that the mod is dead, at least for now, responding to a number of people entering their Discord server that it has been pretty much abandoned. Just to understand how little hope there is for this project moving forward right now, Kasadeki let me know that there has been absolutely zero contributors to Fallout Together since going open source, meaning there are no developers with the required skill set interested in investing their time into bringing Fallout Together over the finish line, which is understandable when you have the context of what is actually required to finish this project, with Kasadeki stating the following. This project requires a very niche skill set. Not many people have it. Those who do get paid an insane amount of money to do that work. You're basically asking these people to spend hundreds of hours to do it for free. And I want to note that the work that has been done on both Skyrim and Fallout Together are thanks to modders like Kasadeki, who have spent upwards of 1,000 hours of their free time into these projects over the years, and that was only possible for him back when he was a student with a lot of free time. That's not the case anymore. So when I asked whether we needed a miracle or for him to become a degen again, this is what he had to say. Hey man, if you can get me fired, I'll probably finish it. Until then though, yeah, it's very unlikely someone new will come in. The major players in the Fallout and Skyrim reverse engineering game already know about this project. If they wanted on, they would have contributed already. But they know the project is insane, the end product isn't ever exactly what you want, and the demand for these mods dwindles daily. I don't know why anyone even would contribute, to be honest. As to why he feels that way, hot take. Especially coming from the developer from this mod, I guess. But these kind of mods are overrated anyway. Let's say we somehow manage to get over all the technical hurdles and everything syncs perfectly. What do you have? A game designed entirely around a single player, but with multiple players. Sure, it makes it more fun, but that's mostly because you're goofing off with your friends. It's less about the game itself. And unfortunately, I can actually see his point on this one. It's sort of like playing the Far Cry games or Dying Light in co-op for me. Most of my enjoyment comes from goofing around with my friends, not necessarily from the games themselves. And there are a lot of games to do that in. When you combine that with the amount of work it would take to get the mod to a playable state, the existence of Fallout 76, and the fact that the mod would likely be years away even if someone started working on it today, meaning it would be long after Starfield, maybe even after a standalone Fallout game, it really devalues what a Fallout 4 multiplayer mod could actually offer. If this mod was at this stage several years ago, I think it would still offer a ton of value, but at this point, the question really boils down to, is it worth it? Is it worth it for a developer to spend so much of their time and talent for free on something not a lot of people would appreciate anyways? And then there is another factor, and that is Fallout 4's next-gen update, which is releasing sometime this year and is expected to be just about, if not more, mod-breaking than the release of Skyrim Anniversary Edition. I even made a dedicated video talking about just how bad that update will likely be for the entire mod community. So if you haven't seen it, you can find that video on screen now. That being said, Fallout Together is dead for now, and if that happens to change again in the future, whether by the hands of Kostadeki or anyone else, I'll be sure to let you know. Thanks as always for watching, and until next time, this is Apoqsi, signing off.